Welcome to Massage Chair Relief Live, the podcast designed to educate, inform, discuss, and critique the relatively new massage chair industry. Join your host, Dr. Alan Widener, to become a massage chair expert and avoid multiple pain points in your search for the perfect massage chair.
Good morning and welcome to our monthly massage chair industry update. I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief. I welcome you here today. We've been doing this industry update for, I think, since 2009. And the purpose of it, for those of you that have not visited it before or reviewed it before, is to kind of update you as to what is new in the industry, things kind of buyer beware tips, things that can benefit you in the search for a massage chair. I hope you find the information today valuable. But welcome. It's good to have you here, and thank you for taking time to watch this video. First of all, I thought I'd mention that we finally have the new Daiwa Supreme Hybrid X model available for sale. They're almost out of stock of the original hybrid, Daiwa Supreme Hybrid, so there are still some available at the lower price. The new Hybrid X is it's priced at $15,500. There's a few things that are different about it from the original hybrid, which was a very popular chair. Some of those changes are aromatherapy module. You have 24 programs instead of 12. You have 70 airbags instead of 50. You also have a health sensor feature. Some people call it, a health sensor AI or something like that. It's not really AI. It's just a health sensor for your pulse, your perspiration, and a few other measurements. And so it has that feature, which is becoming more and more popular and common in newer models. And it has a longer leg extension. So one of the beefs with taller people on the original hybrid is that the legs did not extend out far enough. So you either, you'd have to extend the legs out as far as I could, then you'd have to drop the ottoman so it'd bring your knees down. Otherwise, you would feel like you're driving in a smart car, one of those little smart cars. So they've extended the legs further, so it can fit people from 4'8" to up to 6'6". 6 feet 6 inches tall, so it can handle a pretty wide range of body types and body sizes. It also is a wider chair, so it can handle a wider girth. But it's a nice chair. The colors are the same. That you have black on black, you have gray, black, you've got chocolate brown, and you've got cream. They had a gold on the original hybrid. They don't have that color on this one, and this chair is available now for purchase. We'll have one in our Southern California showroom tomorrow, today or tomorrow. So that'll be our first one that we have. And then as we sell off our showroom floor models of the hybrid, we will get the Hybrid X in all of our other showrooms. But if you are interested in getting the original hybrid from one of our showrooms, and those are all less than a year old, I understand. And so you still have warranty with it, and our lifetime labor warranty comes with it. But we do have models in each of our stores, 3 of the stores remaining. So if you want one, get one. Give us a call. And by the way, you can reach out to us at 888-259-5380. That's our toll-free number, our general toll-free number. You can also go to our website and check out the locations tab, and you can go to any of the stores that we have, any of the 4 stores that we have, and their phone numbers are there, and you can call those stores to talk about the hybrid if that's what you're interested in. We also have plenty of floor models for sale in April. It's kind of the spring clearance time for us, where we sell our floor models. We have some returns from the Christmas rush, the Christmas sales rush. And of course, we have a 90-day return policy, so sometimes it takes people up to 90 days to decide whether to keep a chair or not. So we have some available as well, and you can call our stores to find out what's available at each store. Feel free to reach out to that same number or any of the store numbers to find out more about that. We also have added the Human Touch Supernova 3.0, which is a new model for Human Touch. It's on the website now as well. And this chair, now the 2.0, which is kind of this is the next step from the 2.0. The 2.0 is an SL track chair, not a split track. One set of rollers, has 4 rollers. And it's a very comfortable chair. It's a good sized chair as well, so it'll fit bigger bodies easily, and it can still handle smaller bodies as well. Well, the 3.0 has a split track or flex track, however you want to call it. It has dual roller mechanism, four in the top roller mechanism and four in the bottom roller mechanism. And it's closer to the Supernova X in that regard. It doesn't have all the fancy stuff like the arms that go up and all the other features that the X has, which is their flagship top of the line chair. But we haven't seen the 3.0 yet. We have the 2.0 we have in our showrooms, some of our showrooms, and those are available for purchase as well. And we hope to replace those with the Supernova 3.0. Anyways, those are a couple of new models that are out that are notable because, the Daiwa Supreme Hybrid. The Daiwa Supreme Hybrid was actually the first split track chair that came into the market, split track with the dual roller mechanisms. And that was just before COVID, I think around 2019. So that chair has been around a while, and now they upgraded it to the Hybrid X, and they had it on display at the computer CES, the Computer Electronics Show in Las Vegas about 2 years ago, and that's when I first sat on it, and it was very similar. The interface is the same. It just has more programs now. It has a longer leg extension, but fundamentally the chair is very similar to what it was before, but with some added benefits like the more programs, more airbags, the health sensor program, the extended legs, the aromatherapy module, and so that chair, it's ready for a change, and it's been ready for a couple of years, but now they are finally releasing it. And the 3.0, the 2.0 is a fairly popular chair. Human Touch sold that at their Costco roadshows. And now they've got the 3.0, and I think they're probably going to be selling the 3.0 at the roadshows as well. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But if you're a Costco member, you'll probably go in one day and see Human Touch or Infinity chairs there, and a great place to try those brands out. All right. I wanted to mention a couple of things about chairs, packing chairs and unpacking chairs. First of all, I want to mention that there are, like, all massage chairs come packaged in a chair. They come with typically and usually more than one box. A box that carries the main body, often a box that carries the ottoman if it's not already attached to the chair in the main chair body, and then the armrests. And we're seeing more and more models right now, like the Quantum and the Zen Duo from Cosia, that are all in one box. The Human Touch chairs, I'm not sure about the 3.0, but I think that may be all in one box. But all the chairs come packed, and they come in a cardboard box. Some of them have a lid on the bottom and the top. So there's a sleeve in the middle that provides the four walls. Others have a full box where you just cut open the top and open it like a traditional type of box, even though it's a little harder to get chairs out of boxes like that. And then the inside the box, it's packaged with cardboard or styrofoam. There's plastic wrap to protect it from rubbing. There's shims, like little styrofoam or cardboard shims to hold the chairs in place. And that's pretty standard for pretty much all the brand name chairs that we carry. Having said that, there are some companies that package their chairs better. For example, Infinity, and this is feedback from my delivery guys for the 4 stores. Infinity packages their chairs the best. Their chairs are packaged solid. There's very little scuffing or scraping in the chairs, on the chair side panels, which is a common problem for some. So the chair is not loose in there moving around. It is solidly packed in. So I appreciate the fact that Infinity, who already has very high quality chairs made in a very good factory in China, ensures the good condition of that excellent chair through its packaging. And that, when I say its packaging, I mean the packaging of the factory in China. But we have other chairs that come from that same factory that are not packaged as well. So I think Infinity, probably, knowing Infinity, they probably said, we want these chairs packaged better than the standard chairs that maybe we had in the past or that we see other companies have. And we want to have it packaged solid. And sure enough, Infinity chairs are packaged very, very well. There's other companies that don't package too well, or it seems so they don't get packaged too well. We have one company. I'm not going to mention the company, but we had a chair that showed up, and it came to our white glove agent in Arizona. The Arizona agent brought it to the customer's house, unpacked it, and saw that there were some scuff marks on both armrests. Well, when we called the company to complain about it, they said, "Oh, that's because it's the delivery had the problem. It was a problem with the delivery company. We're not going to repair that or replace that. That's the fault of the delivery company." Well, we knew it wasn't the fault of the delivery company because we know our delivery guy. He's extremely honest. If he does do damage to a chair, he takes a picture and sends it to us, and he's very accountable. So we chalked that one up to, well, maybe it was a bad chair. Maybe it got scuffed in the house, or who knows what. We don't know. But then it happened again with another company in North Carolina, another customer in North Carolina. He called us and told us that the chair had these scuffs on the side panels as well, and it was the same model as the first one. So we mentioned that to the company, and they said, "Oh, that's probably just the user not unpacking it properly or setting it up properly." But it was the exact same look of scuff as well. Like, there's different types of scuffs. There's gouges. There's like a scuff of like cardboard. There's maybe like almost like a bubbling of some material. So there's different ways that there can be damage to the upholstery or to the side panels. Well, they wouldn't do anything for that one either. So we ended up reimbursing the customer for that inconvenience. And that's a company we expected more from. But nobody wants to pay for anything, right? I mean, that's how it is we've seen this with the shipping companies, particularly if the shipping company damages a chair, we have very little recourse. We can file a claim, but they will say, "Oh, it happened because it wasn't packaged right, or it wasn't taped up right, or it was there before, or you guys did the damage when you unpacked it." Shipping companies are notorious for that. As a matter of fact, I filed claims, and I've been in this business for almost 21 years. As a matter of fact, in May, it'll be 21 years. And we have had multiple problems with shipping companies damaging the chairs. Not one claim was ever honored or filled or taken care of. Not one. So we almost just give up because shipping companies, they do not want to be held accountable for things. But really, who does? Who wants to be held accountable? How many people are going to honestly say, "You know what? I did the damage to that chair. That's my fault. I'm sorry," or, whatever. Is there anything you can do? Or we have, a customer that'll say, "Geez, this remote control's not working, but I think it's because my kid was playing with it and I think they did the damage." We get customers like that who are pretty upfront with us. And I appreciate that. And we will do anything we can to make it right for that customer. We do it anyways for all of our customers, but some people own it. And we appreciate them owning it, as opposed to blaming it on some other, like the shipping company, blaming the customer, blaming the factory, or blaming the warehouse where the chair was picked up. And I got 6 kids, and I do not like it when my kids aren't accountable. They're all grown up now, but when they were young, if they would not fess up, we did not want the kids to lie. And so if a kid did something wrong and we knew they did something wrong, we'd confront the child and say, "Did you do this?" And just be honest with us. And we just want to know, because we want to teach the kids to be honest and be forthcoming and not try to hide stuff. But if they lie, and we told them we won't get mad. It was me mostly did the discipline. I won't get mad at you if you'd be honest with me. But if I find out you're lying, I'm going to be upset. And so I believe that. I believe people need to be accountable, and I try to be accountable in my business. If there's a problem and our people did it, we don't try to hide it or blame the customer. We try to make it right. It's much easier for people's conscience to do the right thing, even if they could get away with hiding it or blaming someone else or not taking accountability. So, anyways, and I might add, one of the few memories I have as a young boy. I was just a little boy, and I was in the bathtub having a bath. My mother left me in there to have a bath, and there was some bubble bath stuff, and I poured the whole bottle into the tub. And when my mom came in and checked on me, it was just overflowing with bubbles everywhere. And it was overflowing onto the floor, and it was all wet on the floor. And my mother said, "Did you do this?" I'm the only one there. Uh, I'm the only person there. I was the only one that could have done it because my mom didn't pour it in. It was me. And I said, "No, I didn't." And she said, "Who did it?" And I said, I don't know. She said, "Was it Popeye?" Because Popeye was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid. That might tell you a little bit about how old I am. And I said, and I thought, my mom suggested Popeye. Yeah, it was Popeye. That's the guy that did it. It was Popeye. And I got in trouble for that. And my mother she had these fingernails. They were naturally grown fingernails. They weren't attachments or whatever you call them. She dug her head into her fingers into my head and said, "Don't ever lie to me again." And I've been afraid of those nails ever since. Even today, when I see her, and she's 95, 94 years old, when I see her and I see those nails, I immediately think of that childhood experience of having those nails dug into my scalp, and I deserved it. And so, anyways, I'm sorry I got off on a tangent. That was not even part of the schedule, but we like. We like, some of our companies are very, very accountable for any problems with the chairs. We appreciate that very, very much. But when there's no accountability, that upsets us, all of us in our company, because we didn't do anything wrong and we know it. We document it. That's one of the reasons why we tell people, if you're going to return a chair to us, take pictures of the chair before you pack it up, and then take pictures of the box packed up and strapped up. Because if that chair comes back to us and it's damaged, and we don't know if it's from you or from the shipping company, then it's difficult for us to discern who's responsible for fixing the damaged chair en route back to our company. So we want our customers to, avoid being having to be accountable for that by taking pictures and documenting everything. And that way we can show the shipping company, "Hey, look, this was its condition before it left, and now it's this condition. And the only people that have touched it are the shipping company people." But you know what? They don't care. They're still not going to accept it. So anyways, but we do it for the peace of mind of our customer and to protect our customer. Anyways, all right, enough of that. Oh, well, speaking of these chairs, the packing up of these chairs, when you get your chair, it's a fairly big project, if you will, to unpack it. Because like I said, there's lids or tape that has to be cut, and the box and the chair removed from the box. You want to protect the boxes in case you want to return the chair. If you rip the box to shreds and you have no chair or no box to return the chair, if you want to return it, that's going to be an added expense, because it costs much more money, or maybe not much more, but it definitely costs more money to ship that chair back if it doesn't have a box, or if it's just sitting on a pallet with a blanket wrapped around it and a rubber band. That chair is going to get damaged. I can almost guarantee it. And that'll be on the customer. But anyways, when you get that chair and you unpack it, keep the boxes, right? So the big box, and when you see that chair coming into your home and you're like, "Holy cow, I got to keep this box somewhere for 90 days or till I know I'm going to keep the chair for sure." It can be intimidating. Where are you going to put it? If your house is small, and you don't have a garage, where's that box going to go? You don't have a basement. Where's the box going to go? Well, the bigger boxes have the lids on top and the lids on the bottom. You can take the lid off, take the chair out, or take the sleeve, the sleeve that with the four walls, take that out. Oh, and then you lift the chair up and out of the tray, the bottom lid, or the tray I call it. And so now you got this sleeve, but that sleeve can be it's a square with no support in the top or bottom, so you can fold it so it's completely flat, and you can put it up against a wall, ideally in a garage or in a basement or something like that. But even then, even not, if you don't have those things, you can if you want to keep it, and you're not sure you're going to return it, and you're pretty sure, and you're still not sure if you're going to return the chair. keep that box and put it in a room where you can kind of hide it. Of course, the two lids, they're about this tall each. So you got two of them. And you've got to put those, you can stack those on top of each other and put them with the folded sleeve. And then all the other stuff like the styrofoam and the cardboard shims and all that stuff that are used to wedge the chair and keep it in place, that you're going to have to find somewhere to put as well. And some people just keep the box open and throw everything in the box and put the whole box in the garage. But if you're limited in space, you're going to have to find a place for that cardboard and everything. And because you want to wrap it up the way it came, so it minimizes the chance for damage and the chance for you to have to be accountable to it. Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say about that. I was going to talk a little bit about the evolution of the massage chairs. Over the years, it's come along. Massage chairs have come a long way since the very first one in the late 50s. And the very first chair, and I've talked about this a few years ago about the genesis of the massage chair invention. It started in Japan when a man who was a sewing machine parts salesman had a daughter with serious headaches, really bad headaches. And he didn't know how to help her, and nobody could help her with her headaches. So what happened was he took parts from his sewing machine parts and created a roller that he attached onto the back of a chair so his daughter could sit in the chair and push her head up against the rollers, and it relieved her headaches. And that was the first massage chair. And then they eventually had like the cavity down the middle of the chair where the rollers could go up and down and work the whole body, not just the neck. And that was originally 2 rollers. And then they had 2 rollers forever. And then those tracks were straight. Then there came the S track, and the track could follow the course of your spine. Then they added 2 more rollers. So then you had 4 rollers. And then the L track came along where the rollers went down the S shape of your spine and then under your butt for the L shape. That's called SL track or L tracks. And then they came up with the split track chairs where you have, it's kind of split. The top 2/3 of the roller track and the bottom third of the roller track are hinged. They're split and hinged with either metal or a hard plastic segment that allows the chair, even though it's in an L shape, it can flatten out. And it's great for stretches. And they did that. And then they upgraded to 2 sets of roller mechanisms. And the hybrid that we were talking about earlier was the first one of its kind. It had 2 rollers on the top and 4 rollers on the bottom. And that was a unique thing. So now it feels like you got 2, you do have 2 massage mechanisms working out your body at the same time, the butt and the low back and the neck and shoulders and the upper back. And then came the rollers in the arms and rollers in the feet and rollers in the calves. Those are rollers that were added in. One chair called the HumeTouch Navitas. It's since been discontinued, but they actually had rollers on the sides of the calves, which were very interesting. Not just behind the calves, but the sides. And man, that worked your calves something fierce. I really liked that chair, but it didn't really catch on with the general massage chair buying populace. But so there's been changes in those types of rollers as well. And so the rollers have evolved over the years, and now they're very silent, very quiet, they can be very slow. And then they added, they've added the depth. The rollers would go up and down. Before, the very first ones just went up and down. They just rolled up and down your back. Then they went in and out and side to side and up and down. And then the 3D came along, the third dimension, which was forward and back. And so then they had the rollers moving forward and back to increase the intensity of the rollers in your back. And then they came out with 4D, where the chairs went forward and back, side to side, up and down, and then the speed would change. That's the 4D. And then now the 5D is the chair does a scan for the entire time that the program is running, and the rollers and hitting the spine gives feedback to the computer, and the computer can adjust the intensity of the rollers and the feel of the rollers throughout the entire program. That's what 5D is. So they've come a long ways, and airbags have come a long ways as well. Airbags, the first airbags were just airbags that squeezed your arms or your calves or your feet, and then and they just squeezed them. Then Inada came out in the in 2000s, and that was a Japanese-made chair, and that had airbags that did different things. Like it had the Dreamwave technology, where the airbags would move the seat side to side in a figure eight, up and down and side to side in a figure eight. So the airbags were used differently then, and then they also what was the other airbag? Oh, they had airbags on the headpiece to push down on the top of the traps. So that was a whole different use of airbags. Before, it just squeezed things. Now airbags were moving body parts, and they were pushing down on areas that could not be addressed any other way, like on the top of the shoulders. So the roller, these mechanisms have changed so much over the years. Oh, and then you got the airbags that started to knead and rub your calves and your feet. And I was just thinking of the Decor 2, which is the Japanese-made chair. That chair has a new roller mechanism that has 10. They call it 10 rollers. They don't all roll, but they're 10 round mechanisms on the roller, miniature mechanisms on the roller mechanism itself. So you've got this new variant of roller mechanism that does a whole different thing than what we had before. But that chair also has all of the airbags in that chair knead or oscillate, as some companies call it. So there's been progression and evolution in the massage chair ever since the late 50s. It's been around as long as I have. And that I've been in the business 21 years now, and it's remarkable how much it has changed. When I first was in the industry, we had, some very simple human touch chairs where they had rollers go up and down your back, and they had some like what they call paddles in your calves, but they didn't have foot massagers. Then Panasonic and Sanyo came out with chairs that had airbags and for the feet and the calves, and then you had arms for those ones as well. And things have just changed so much over the years. It's really quite remarkable. But today's chairs, these new split track chairs with dual roller mechanisms and calf rollers and arm rollers, it's just really quite remarkable where these chairs are today. And the chairs are quieter. They have more features. Some people might think, oh, I don't want more features. It means more things can break down, which is true. But these chairs are durable, and the premium chairs that we sell, they should be lasting you 15 years. And I think the availability of parts will be compromised long before many of the chairs will be. Anyway, so that's kind of the evolution of the massage chair. I think I've talked a little bit too long today. I apologize for that. I got off a little bit on the accountability stuff. But anyways, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please feel free to thumbs up, like us on our YouTube channel, and help us spread the word about massage chairs by sharing this or any of our videos with your friends and family through your various and sundry social media platforms. Anyways, I'm Dr. Alan Widener from Massage Chair Relief, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Massage Chair Relief Live podcast. Subscribe to this podcast and be notified of each episode. Check out our main website at massagechairrelief.com for much more valuable information on the massage chair industry and marketplace.